What is going on, y'all? This is just a quick video about leopard geckos and my own personal leopard gecko, Seth, and how I feel about them. First thing I'll say is, kind of like most of my pets, I got him because I thought he honestly looked cool. Seth was one of the only animals I didn't really do too much research on when I got him, and I learned a lot on the way. For instance, when you see his enclosure, I keep him on reptile carpet. That's my own personal preference. You can keep him on whatever you want, but keep him on reptile carpet helps avoid impactions and all that stuff. And he's got his little plate, his calcium plate, where I also put his food on, so he always gets his calcium. That's just how I choose to keep him. He's got, instead of lamps and all that, he's got the under the tank heater, of course, and it's on a thermostat. That's just how I like to do my animals. I like most of them under with under the tank heating. It works better. It's simpler. In fact, you can see his bin right there in the background. That's where he's at, and you'll get to see him a little later. But my thoughts on leopard geckos is they're kind of underrated but overrated at the same time. A lot of people have them. They're highly desirable, but not a lot of people, I feel like, really talk about them. So they're overrated but underrated at the same time. They're cool. They have their own personalities like most animals. Seth, he's like most of my animals. He's pretty laid back and chill. He doesn't really like to actually be held in, the hand, but he does like to crawl. He doesn't like to sit in my hand. He likes to crawl all over me. And I've seen leopard geckos that just want to sit in your hand. Just depends on the animal. He only eats mealworms. He used to eat crickets, mealworms, dubias, everything. Now it's strictly mealworms. He won't eat anything else. He won't eat super mealworms either. They have to be the small ones. I don't know why, but they can be very picky animals. But they come in all kinds of patterns and different colors, and they're really cool. My goal is to get an all white one or a snow, and then a melanistic one, which is basically all black. And then I'll have Seth too, and I'll be happy with that collection. I'm not as into lizards as I am snakes, but geckos are cool and I want one. Maybe a crested gecko or a lychee one day. Lychees are kind of expensive, but it'd be cool to have one. Water monitor, of course, I want one of those. Either a water monitor or a savanna monitor. Just depends, but odds are I'll probably get a water monitor, a little Nile. Something cool. But leopard geckos, they're dope. They're easy to take care of. Make sure they got water, they got food, and they're getting their proper calcium and vitamins every day. Well, not every day, just when you feed them. But I also, like I said, I keep a calcium dish in there so you can lick on it. And I change that out every other day. Plus, I feed him on top of that so he gets plenty of calcium. Things to look out for: metabolic bone disease. It's really easy to see, and it's irreversible if they do catch it. That just means that their heating's not right. They're not getting enough calcium. It could be a number of things, but Seth's good. He doesn't have any of the signs, and none of his limbs are curling up or anything, because I keep him taken care of properly. Not saying other people do too, but I'm saying it's something that's easily avoidable. Just because I've seen what that looks like on geckos, and it's not cool when it's like got a crumpled up leg or its back's arched or something weird. It's not cool. Another issue is if they don't like the humidity. Like, normal room humidity is fine, but you also need to give them a humidity box when they're shedding. Makes the shed a lot easier. They go in there and it helps out because they can get stuck on shed. A lot of people think that geckos can't get stuck shed. They can. And it's hard to get it off a gecko than it is a snake, because geckos don't exactly like to be soaked. So, and they don't like you trying to peel skin off them either. But keeping a humidity box in there, or a humid hide, whatever you want to call it, is your best bet. I have one in there, and it's just a Tupperware container that I cut a hole in. I put some cocoa husk in it, and I wet it down. That's it. I spray it down with my spray bottle, which is on top of that cage, the little pink thing next to the blue water bottle. you know. But yeah, that's how I do it. And overall, I'd say if you were for a beginner, a leopard gecko is a good choice. I feel like that, or maybe a green anole. I'm not interested in the anoles. I look at them more as like feeders, you know, to feed the snakes that eat lizards and stuff. But to each their own. I know people that keep anoles, so it's really just up to you. One last thing, temperature. I keep Seth at about 87, 88, somewhere in that range. His hot spot, and then the ambient room temperature is about 80 all the time, thanks to my heater down here. Yes, I have a space heater, and I keep it on most of the day. I turn it off at night because the house heater takes over. It's winter time now. In the summertime, I don't need the heater at all. If I leave my door closed, it gets hot enough in here, and then at night when I open it, when I lay down, you know, it's all good. You know, you just got to work around your animals, and all my animals are in my room, so I have to adhere to what they need. It's part of life. It's part of owning. They got to be comfortable too. You should never sacrifice your comfort. Well, sacrifice their comfort for your comfort. It's not fair. You knew what you were getting into when you got the animal, so step up and take care of it. That's it. That's my preaching for today. But thank y'all. I'm gonna roll the footage of what I got today with Seth. A little bit of him eating, me holding him, me showing his enclosure. I hope y'all enjoy it. And I appreciate y'all, man. Excuse the mess. Tomorrow's cleaning day. But this is Seth, my leopard gecko. And right now he's eating his favorite little snack, mealworms. The white stuff on the plate, don't worry, that's just calcium. Keep it in there for him. It's about to go in the shed, it looks like. There's this humid box right here. It's just made out of some Tupperware. Nothing special, you know. I keep him on reptile carpet, and I feed him on the plate so nothing gets stuck in his teeth. He's got his hide over here, that's his hot side. He's got another hide over here when he wants to cool down. Of course, he's got his water, and there's poo everywhere. You know, for such a little lizard, he makes a big mess. But I love him though. Just let him enjoy his meal. I got him because of that orange right there in his tail. I thought that was cool. And when he's not in shed, he looks a lot better. But he'll go into his humid hide and eat his skin. That's what they do. Still not 100% sure if he's a boy or a girl. Well, still not sure. He doesn't initially like being picked up at first, but once he's up, he gets pretty chill. And I'll set him down. Love his tail. Definitely a pretty underrated pet, man. Look at that tail. And he's gonna go into his hide. He's done with my tomfoolery.